Slacklining has been around since the late 1970s by a bunch of rock climbers. I got involved in slacklining about 6 years ago, and it was still at the time when the 1 inch was the only thing that was going on. So there was a bunch of surfing, the yoga poses were very unique, and the butt bounces and chest bounces really haven't come to the scene yet. So I pretty much got together some friends and started, helping cultivate the community.
I started in college in Boulder, actually. It was my first day, and my RA had one set up at this ice cream social thing. I saw it, and I was just blown away. Like, what are you doing? And can I try it right now? And just since that day, I've just been addicted to it. 5 years ago, that happened. And
my sister originally got me into it. She's seen people doing it in Santa Monica and bought one, brought it up to the house, and I was instantly hooked.
And then he introduced me, and then I got hooked. At first, it's hard. You can only take a few steps. You just have to keep fighting your balance.
At first, we were more focused on tricklining, learning tricks, static moves, and stuff like that.
When I first started slacklining, I tried to push it a lot. So start with lines, just comfortable height, maybe a foot off the ground, then I'd start bringing it up and up and up. Before I knew about highlining or any other kind of sport, walking really high enough to kill you, pretty much. But I started walking, 10-foot high lines, and then just getting comfortable with my body and just getting comfortable with knowing that I'm not going to fall. And then I took it to highlining, and the highest one I've done to date is about 3,000 feet high. And it definitely gets a little bit interesting, and there's definitely always a presence of fear, but it's about just toning it down to be able to control your body. I don't know, slacklining in that time it's taught me a lot, just life lessons in general, a lot about myself, a lot about what it means to balance and really pursue a sport.
Life is like walking a line, just one step in front of the other. We all too often try to get there the fastest or how far we got. And it's really about just becoming one with the moment and just breathing. You're not thinking about the future or the past, you're right here in the now and just one step in front of the other. And it's a beautiful thing. It's not about the adrenaline pumping, it's about how relaxed you can be. Really, slacklining is not dangerous. It's good for everybody. The oldest person I've had on there was 82 years old, and the youngest has been 4 years old.
You most likely could do most of the tricks you try, but your head holds you back. But once you overcome that, it's easy.
Every time I got scared, he would just tell me, you just have to do it. You just have to try it.
The flats are quite hard to land. If I see Andy Lewis doing a double backflip, I'm scared about that. But for example, on tricks, if the trick isn't so scary that you won't try it, I tried. So to get these things done.
The hardest tricks you saw land in the last competition are standard tricks in the next competition. So slacklining is only going to get higher and higher and higher to a point where you're going to need to train a lifetime to be able to do half the stuff that some of those guys are doing out there.
But our first steps are Teva games here, and we got Parker next, and just moving forward with more comps. Slacklining still has a long ways to go, but it's come so far. X Games and the Olympics are next, and that's coming soon.
I was the most nervous in this competition than any so far.
This competition is huge. This is the biggest one I've ever been to. The crowds were massive. The energy was huge. I was super nervous until I stepped up to the line. And then you just kind of get into the zone and you're just like, okay, it's time to go.
your champion.